Hello everyone, it is Toby here, back for another huge and heavy deadlift session in the garage gym. We are still on the road to a 300 kilo deadlift, building up for a 1 rep max at the end of this block. And today we are doing a 260 kilogram double as our top set. I know a couple weeks ago we did the 260 triple as our top set, obviously. Now we're building up to the 1 rep max. We have toned things back a bit the first couple of weeks, working up in heavy doubles to hit our top heavy 1 rep max in week 4. So this is week 2. We are doing a 260 kilo double. Hopefully going to make it look really, really easy. Then we drop the weight down by about 50 kilo and do some speed reps. So 3 sets of 3, as fast and explosive as we can with 210 kilo, which is getting up there and pretty heavy for speed reps. So really looking forward to getting those done. And then we do some really heavy accessories, absolutely toast the back of the hamstrings and the back in general. And then we're going to finish off with some really heavy behind the back holds to once again focus on getting our grip strength and holding power super strong and locked in. So if that is something you look forward to seeing over the next few weeks as we build up to our super heavy 1 rep max and hopefully in the near future a 300 kilo deadlift, please be sure to go down below and subscribe so you can keep up to date with my weekly training videos on this journey of strongman and getting strong and getting fit, getting healthy, just getting absolutely monstrous. Please be sure to go down below, hit subscribe, and while you're at it, you may as well like this video. But anyway, there's no time to waste. We are going to get stuck in, get warming up, and get doing some deadlifts. So without further ado, let's get stuck in with some heavy deadlifts. Now, a point at which everyone always determines if it feels good and if it's going to be a good session. So, we need to see how it moves, but it's feeling good. Our final warm up of 220, move the same. Ooh. Having a deadlift jack, by the way, best purchase I've ever made. The video just before this one would have been a review for it. And having now used it for a couple of weeks, it's like nothing else. It's so good. It's absolutely essential to have a deadlift jack. I can't believe it took me so long to get one, but it just makes deadlift day so much more enjoyable and loading the weights so much easier when you've got one. Like genuinely top tier, but weights now loaded, let's get 220 flying. Certainly moved very comfortably for me. I'm not sure if it looks that comfortable because I haven't watched the video back yet, but it certainly felt pretty damn awesome. So the warm-ups have gone absolutely spectacularly. We are just about to load on the final plates to make it a 260. Then we're going to smash it for a double. So big session today. If this goes well, and we're definitely going to be on for a PB in the next 2 weeks. We got 270 for a double next week, which would be matching my current best ever, which is 270 for a double. And the week after, got a big deadlift lined up. So that's that. Let's get it smashed. Let's talk about that one, eh? They moved so well. That's the best 260 has ever moved. It felt comfy as well. It didn't just look comfy, because I have a knack for when I do heavy deadlifts where I'll think it moved like crap and then it ends up moving really, really nice. But that one, it felt good and looked good. So really a win-win. That double was actually really good. Like, I know I've said it about 5 times, but I can't get over how good that double was. But now, yeah, we're jumping the weight down by, as I said, 50 kilo. So we're dropping it to 210, which is a nice easy change, quite luckily actually. And we are going to be smashing some speed deads. So 3x3 at 210. And the secret with speed deadlifts is to do them as if you're not trying to rush them, or you're trying to be explosive. So you should be pulling every rep like a max anyway, but the difference with speed deadlifts is because you've just done a heavy double and you're dropping down, even if you pull your maxes slow, with the speed deads the secret is not to faff about between reps, not to faff about getting your breath, all of that. Just breathe, get it explosive. They don't change too much from my top sets because I don't have a massive setup routine, but yeah, with speed deads, they just need to be quick, efficient, and most importantly, explosive, because it is, at the end of the day, building that fast twitch muscle fibre used to pop the deadlift off the floor. So 210, 3 sets of 3, super explosive. I'll record 2 of them for you guys and show you them right now. Deadlifts done and out of the way, moved just as I expected them to. Super easy. They don't look like the flashiest, like some people's speed deadlifts really fly, and that is just because my weakness for deadlifts is off the floor. I'm slow off the floor, and as soon as it comes off the floor I can usually lock it out. So my speed deadlifts look like they start slow but then they rocket up to lockout, so that's why they look a bit different. But I can assure you I'm being explosive. And the main thing is to nail that technique in so you can go into a max deadlift and know that you can explode off the ground without having to think about your technique too much. That's the main benefit of speed deadlifts for me, so really pleased. But now we've dropped the weight down a bit further. We're at 185 kilos now, and we're going to do some Romanian deadlifts, so RDLs, and they are a killer. They are really naff, but really good. So if you don't know, when I do back day, I preach starting at deadlift at your heaviest weight, then you drop down for some speed deadlifts, then you drop down for some RDLs, and then you may even drop down for some bent over rows, because it only takes one barbell and you're unloading it anyway from your top set, so you may as well stop at certain points as you're unloading it to do different exercises. It saves time, it saves moving from machine to machine. You've got the barbell, you're loaded, and you're ready to go. So that's why it's great. And if I know I bang on about it quite a bit in these videos, but if it is new to one person and saves them a bunch of time, then it is worth doing so. But yeah, RDLs, Romanian deadlifts, the ultimate posterior chain destroyer, the sole reason why my lockout speed is what it is, because I've done either Romanian deadlifts or good mornings in my program for the last sort of 4 years. One or the other has been in my program at any given time, and just that motion of lighting up your glutes, your hamstrings, your lower back is going to smash your posterior chain and allow you to drive your hips through on any lockout. I have only failed a deadlift lockout literally like twice in my life. So yeah, well worth doing, well worth working, and there's nothing quite like them. But yeah, on the program this week, it is to go heavy for 2 sets of 5, and that is really heavy for RDLs. And we're just going to smash them out. I'm only going to show you the 1 set because obviously they're controlled, they're slow, and I don't want to take up 2 minutes of your time watching me do RDLs. You've already seen plenty of deadlifting. This is just deadlifting without putting it down in between. So 1 set of really heavy RDLs coming right up. RDLs out the way. They are, as I've said in a few videos now, the ultimate culprit of an exercise that feels way harder than it looks. In the video, it just looks like I'm going up and down as if it's nothing. And then, yeah, it just feels so draining, especially on the glutes and lower back. By the 2nd set, the 5th rep, you're feeling like, oh, I have no idea if I'm even going to lock this one out. It's proper draining. It's exactly what you need on your posterior chain, because without going for a max effort deadlift or an AMRAP deadlift, it's very hard to target that sort of fatigue on your lower back, your glutes and your hamstrings. And it's what a lot of people fail to do when they're training. They focus so heavily on deadlifts, on legs, on getting powerful legs, that they neglect the lockout and have weak lower backs where you can get it to the knees, but you just can't lock it out. And it's also a really big factor as to why lower back injuries happen, because you're not putting your lower back under enough like healthy stress and building it up and making it strong and making the muscles around it be able to support the weight if something was to go wrong in the deadlift. It's why, touch wood, I've never had any sort of lower back injury, because training my lower back and training my posterior chain in general has always been a part of my training right back from the start. When I coach myself, I've always done, good mornings, RDLs, back extensions, all those sorts of things to make sure that my lower back is as bulletproof as it possibly can be. It is so massively important, not just in strongman, not just in lifting in general, but in life. Think about how many people you know who have chronic back problems, who could probably have avoided a lot of them just by training their lower back and posterior chain a bit more. And that's where I'm aiming to get from all of this, is when I'm 60, I want to be able to bend over and pick up things without hurting my back. So getting them strong now when I'm young and can put that stress on my lower back to build the muscle is absolutely what I'm trying to do. But enough me waffling. That is the RDLs, deadlifts, and all of the main barbell work out of the way for this session. Really good starting point. That takes about an hour to get all of that done. And if you only have an hour to train, that's the bit I'd do. I'd focus on deadlifts, speed deadlifts, RDLs, and if you could fit it in, bent over rows. But because I have the luxury of being able to take 2 hours, we have got all of the other back accessories to get done in today's session. So the next 3 accessories I'm going to do to finish off my back are some really heavy unilateral rows, so a single arm row variation that needs to be heavy. It needs to be not cheated, but it doesn't need to be strict and controlled. It has to be explosive, and it is just one of those things where people don't train unilaterally enough. And in strongman, it's not the most necessary thing to do so, but I like to do it, and I think exploding up with a single arm row variation, whether that be one of those seated chest supported hammer strength rows, whether it be a dumbbell bent over single arm row, using a bench, or my personal favorite at the minute is the Meadows row, really heavy, really explosive. It's just a fantastic thing to get done and a fantastic thing to do. Single arm rows kind of suck to do, but not only will it build huge back and forearm strength, it'll improve your core strength by having to brace on a unilateral side. It gets the obliques firing. It's just a very, very good all body, full body exercise if you do them correctly and do them safely. And then after that is done, we move on to the lat pull downs. And you know what I'm going to say, every single back day should have some sort of vertical pulling motion. So either a pull up, a lat pull down, an assisted pull up, any sort of those things. It's the thing that if you ever need to pull yourself up off of something, you need that strength. It's functional, it's fantastic, and it is the antithesis of like a bench press, being able to row down. It is, just you need to do it. It's perfect for the lats, so lat pull downs a staple. And then we finish off with a stricter row variation to finish the back off. In the past, this has been chest supported dumbbell rows. I'm giving them a break for this program, and we're going to be using the cable stack once again. We're going to be doing some wide grip seated cable rows. So these, we're not going to cheat them like really cheaty Arnold seated rows. We're going to do them fairly strict, make sure we're targeting the upper back really well, and get those done. So those are the 3 back accessories I do to finish off a back day. As I've done in many of the other videos, I'm not going to spend time on each of these individually. I'm going to film one set of each, put them back to back for you guys just after this, just so you can get a flavour of what I'm doing for accessories. And then we'll move on to the end of this video, which is going to be some super heavy grip training. So as I usually say at this point in the session, my back is absolutely roasted now. It is proper toasted. Those are some gnarly accessories to get done, but it is completely finished my back off from top to bottom. Posterior chains done from the RDLs and deadlifts. Full, honestly, solid, strongman back day, and it couldn't be better. But now we're going to finish this session off as I always do on my deadlift days, just with some grip training, because I use straps on all the accessories, deadlifts, all of that throughout the session, so that I can save myself for some grip training at the end. So I alternate weeks between doing pinch grip with either plates or the pinch block there, and doing heavy behind the back holds. One of my goals this year is a 200 kilo behind the back hold, so it's what we're working towards, and that's a hold for 30 seconds. Today we're going to be working up to 200 kilo for hopefully 3 sets of 10 seconds. We will see, but yeah, the idea is to get some heavy weight in the hands and hold it there, and then in 2 weeks time we'll go for a 30-second PB and just repeat that cycle every 2 weeks. And it is a fantastic way to build up your tolerance for holding heavy weights in your hands, and as I said, doing it behind the back prevents you from being able to lock on with your thighs and makes it a purely grip strength feat. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get warmed up through the weights. I only do 2 warm-ups maximum because anything else will fry the grip too much. So I just do a 70 kilo and then a 170 kilo just to get firing, get warm, and then we'll get straight into the top sets, and I'll film them. We'll see how we go, and let's see if I get 3 sets of 10 seconds at 100 kilo. Far better than expected. 200 felt genuinely like I could hold on to it for another 20 seconds, so easily get 30 seconds on that, which is now what I'm going to try in 2 weeks' time, because that just felt awesome. So I decided to up the weight for the second 2 sets to 210, and both of them felt comfy, like genuinely really comfy. My grip's in a place it's never been before. It's feeling absolutely mental, like genuinely really good. I got some new chalk from Gods of Grip. As you can see, it's in the bucket just there to replace my old chalk. And it's made a hell of a difference, like genuinely. My old chalk that I've been using for 4 years now was half of it I found on genuinely just a chalk mountain. And then the other half was crushed up blackboard chalk. And then the rest was like some £5 Amazon lifting chalk that was all just absolutely dreadful. Like, you're better off probably not using it. And I just never bought any more chalk. So I thought, enough's enough. I'm training grip a lot now. It's time to upgrade. And I got the Gods of Grip chalk, and it's just fantastic, top tier. My grip felt solid as a rock there. As you could probably tell, it felt awesome, like really, really good. So super positive note to end the session on there. And usually I can't open or close my hands. My hands feel absolutely fine. Like, I'm sure they won't in a few hours where the forearms start to set in, but I feel awesome. I feel really good. So grip's in a fantastic place, and genuinely everything is in a fantastic place right now. Training has never felt better. So really pleased with that, and that's where I'm going to leave the session. So I hope you guys did all enjoy this training session. It's been a really good one, a really productive one. Again, not lifting super top end crazy weights, like no PBs or anything, but everything is ticking over really, really well, apart from obviously the grip, which was a huge PB. So yeah, really pleased. If you enjoyed this video, as I mentioned earlier, please be sure to leave a like down below. It helps me out so much more than you could realize. It takes 5 seconds out of your day. Just please go ahead and do so. And of course, if you want to see me continual build PBs, do these training sessions, work towards that 300 kilo goal, that'd be awesome. That'd be absolutely awesome if you went down below and subscribed. I do these training sessions every single week, record them for you guys. I have done for the last 3 or 4 years, and I plan to keep doing so indefinitely because I like making these videos. I don't care if no one watches them. I don't care about anything really. They're just a hobby of mine. They keep me accountable for my training. I enjoy sharing my lifting with other people. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. It means the world that you do, and I will see you in the next one.